So yeah, we do our continuation on the disadvantages of a mud floor. So we said not durable, so it does not last long because as you are cleaning it, you're sweeping on the mud floor. You start losing the surface layer, so it is depleting in the process. It can also produce dust, and this can cause flu for people who are very sensitive. So those are some of the advantages of having a mud floor. Then how do you clean a mud floor? How do you take care of it? So you have to sweep, then reapply mud plaster when worn out. So those parts where now you see that, oh, on this surface we've lost so much of the surface, so the mud surface has been lost, it has been worn out, you can reapply the mud by plastering. That way you're repairing as well as taking care of your floor. So this is a diagram, a simple image of showing people setting up a mud floor. So you can see they are just using mud, plastering it into a smooth layer, and that's basically it on a mud floor. And make sure when you have such a floor, make sure you clean it. Then types of floor covering. So we're done on the types of floors. Now we're looking at types of floor covering, what you can cover on top of your floor, just to add beauty to the room instead of just having a plain floor. So you can just cover up using some different materials. So we'll just look at that. So these are materials placed on top of the floor for comfort and also decoration. So we're just adding beauty to the room instead of just having a flat white tiled floor. You can add some decorations known as floor covering. So a carpet is the most floor covering which you find in most homes. Yeah, so it adds comfort. Like we said, a concrete floor can be cold, so to prevent that coldness you can add a carpet, and to add beauty as well as comfort. So cover the whole floor, it covers the whole floor, a carpet. So advantages: warm and soft. Yeah, it does produce some warmth. Like I said, since the floor is so cold, you can use a carpet. Attractive, it adds beauty. So like I said, beauty, it is attractive. Yeah. Then the disadvantages of having a carpet: it is expensive. Carpets are now becoming expensive. One, expensive to buy as well as expensive to maintain, because the carpet does accumulate some dust, so you need a vacuum cleaner. Buying a vacuum cleaner, or if you can't buy a vacuum cleaner, you'll be taking it maybe to a car wash so that they clean it for you. You are paying people money. Yeah? So it is expensive to buy as well as to maintain. Traps dust. Like I said, it does trap dust. It can look clean on the surface, but you find that it has trapped a lot of dust. You understand? So that's a disadvantage. Why? But if you were to lay it down on a carpet, you even have flu because it has trapped a lot of dirt. Yeah. How do you take care of your carpet? Vacuum. So you can use a vacuum. The vacuum will suck out or pull out all the dust that has been accumulated. What else? Remove stains quickly. So because if you don't want the stains to be permanent, so let's say you pour some drink, accidentally you spill some drink on your carpet, so before it even dries you clean it immediately. That way the stain won't be permanent. Look at rugs. So rugs, they're just smaller than carpets. Yeah, they're smaller than carpets. You can just put them at the entrance of the door. Yeah. So advantages: easy to remove. Yeah, compared to a carpet, you maybe if you have put it on the dining table, so you have to remove the dining table and the like. So but a rug is easy to remove. You just lift it. Decoration advantages: easy to remove. Decoration, it adds beauty to the room. Yeah, find that you have a rug with your name written in it, or maybe it says something like welcome, God bless you, and the like. So it adds beauty, decoration. Yeah. Then the disadvantages: can slip if it doesn't have a rubber like material on the surface, on the bottom, so you can slip. Once you step on it, you will fall. Collect dust. Yeah, it's like a carpet, just a smaller version of a carpet, so it can also accumulate dust. How do you take care of your carpet, of your rug? So you can shake it outside so that the dust is removed. Yeah, you can shake it outside, or if you want you can also vacuum it and clean it whenever it is dirty. Wash when dirty, so you can wash whenever it is dirty, because There are some rugs that look clean, but trust me, it's not clean. So you need to wash it, even if it doesn't seem to be dirty. Yeah? So that's hygiene. Dry properly. So because if you don't dry it so properly, to start producing that terrible scent, yeah, a terrible smell. Yeah. Then mats or vinyl mats. So these are plastic sheets that are covered, so smooth sheets covering. So I'm sure you've seen these. They are common, so you can just cover a room using a vinyl mat. Advantages: waterproof. Yeah, it is waterproof. Easy to clean. They are very easy to clean. Yeah, all you need is a mop to clean a vinyl mat or simply a mat. Then the disadvantages: they can tear if you just maybe use a sharp object. You can easily cut it. And what else? It does fade, it does lose its color, it can easily tear. So can tear, yes. May fade, yeah, it can also fade, lose its color. And when it starts losing its color, that's where you just have to know that, oh no, we need to change this. Yeah. How do you take care of it? Sweep and mop. Yeah, just like any other room. So sweep and mop. Avoid sharp objects. So avoid sharp objects. Importance of caring for the floor. So now this is just the common, the general. Why is it important to take care of your floor? Keeps your home clean. Just so you're just maintaining hygiene or cleanliness in your homes. Yeah. Makes floor last longer. So like I said, on which floor is this? The wooden floor. If you just leave water there, the water will start damaging the wooden floor. Yeah. But if you are cleaning it, it may last longer. Yeah. Then improves appearance. You're just cleaning your room, so it improves appearance. Yeah. And that's where we'll end for today. So end of slide. So thank you very much for watching. May the good Lord bless you all.